Hey, this is Dallas Wood with Critical Hit Pest Management, and today I have the great opportunity to show all the viewers out there, you homeowners and all that, how exactly termites get into your home. They are building a house right next to mine, and so they poured the slab yesterday, and this is going to be a great presentation that I can give to you to show you exactly how termites get inside of your home. So I'm going to take you over there, I'm going to show you all the access points, I'm going to talk about some construction things, and then I'm going to point out to all the things that you should look for as a homeowner, and why the number one thing that I hear from any homeowner when I'm talking about termites is, my home is made of brick, there's no big deal, I don't have termites, my home is made of brick. And I'm going to show you why that is such a falsehood to believe upon, because termites are going to be able to find their way into your home. They're going to get into the studs, they're going to get to the 2x4s, they're going to get to all the wood that's behind the brick, they're going to consume it, and you're going to have some issues with your home. So let me take you over there and let's start talking about it. Alright, the first thing I wanted to talk about is, in my previous video, I was talking about how we do a trench and treat around the outside of the home. So this is going to be the exterior wall of the house here, okay? What you have right here is the foundation. So this is a separate pour. They poured this foundation, they dug 18 inches down, 18 inches wide, and they poured cement in here to make a foundation wall, okay? And then what they do next is they pour the slab on top of that. Now there used to be wood right here that was placed up, and it went around the whole perimeter of the slab, okay? Wood went around the whole perimeter of the slab. And then what they do, they bring in the concrete, they pour the concrete in here, and the wood helps form the concrete slab, okay? So this is what we refer to as a stem wall, basically, okay? It's going to come up, they're going to be able to build the brick on the outside of that, and they're going to also do the framing. Now when they do the framing, you can see all the wood packed over there. When they do the framing, they're going to literally just adhere it with some screws into the slab, okay? And then they're going to go up from there and they're going to build a home. So what they're going to do on this side, though, on the outside here, when it comes time for it, once they get the framing all done, they're going to start laying brick, and the brick is going to go out here, okay? So what happens is that termites find their way in several different ways. They will come up underneath this foundation wall, and they will come out on the outside of here. They will come across the soil because they're going to grade it, okay? See, this is my lot right there, okay? The ground, they've cut it down, they've graded it in, and they've placed it right here. So they're going to build this up, so when they finally get done, when they start bricking and everything, the soil level is going to probably be like right around here, okay? So it's going to give an opportunity for termites to find their way up under the foundation into the brick and into the house. The other way is that this, over time, right here, you can even see it right here, over time this is going to separate. We're in Oklahoma, so the foundation slabs, they only separate, they crack, all that happens. Over time this is going to crack. It's going to give another opportunity, because you got to remember this is only 18 inches in width, so when they come up underneath the bottom side of the slab here, they're able to come through, okay? So that is one of the ways that they will come in from the outside. And then again, they're coming inside the brick, they're consuming the wood. The other way would be all of the plumbing penetrations that you see here. Every plumbing penetration is an access point for termites. They look like they're sealed, but the problem is, over time, that is going to separate, and you will have more issues. Right here, as you can see, this looks pretty sealed, but you got to think about what's going in here between two pipes. I guarantee there's not concrete that's fully sealed in that, and so that's an open avenue for termites to get into. Now they do a pretty good job, like when they do this, a lot of homes that I see, for example, when you get to the bathtub, when we cut a bath trap into the wall, they will actually, it's pretty bad, but the plumbing, what they used to do, they used to cut out a huge hole, and they would run the plumbing lines through this huge hole, but it would be an access point, a huge access point for termites to get through. So all these stub outs, these plumbing stub outs, These are all areas of access for termites to get into. And you got to think of walls being here, okay? You got to think of walls that would be right there that are going to give opportunity to the termites to get inside and get the wood, okay? So this is going to be like the bathroom right here, right over here. See, you see this right here? This is all cut out. All right, it's all cut out. So all this open space, it's just cracks and crevices that give opportunities for termites to get into. This right here is actual soil, okay? This is actual soil, okay? You can see it, it's actual soil. So what, this is not even completely sealed with concrete. It has soil, so this one's going all the way through. So if any place is going to be a hot spot for termites to get into, it's going to be right here. They're going to come up. And what would I actually do, the wall would probably be on this side right here. I would cut into the wall, and then I would inject termiticide inside of this soil in this area to help prevent termites if we needed to do like a remedial fix, or something that we, you know, if there's termites in this wall, we'd have to fix it later. Same with this one. This is actually probably the bathtub. This is the shower, the bathtub. Same situation here. There's that crack and crevice. Termites will be able to get into there. Oh, and great, look at this. It's cardboard. That's cardboard right there. Now, they didn't remove that out of there, so that's a cellulose product that's in between the concrete and the soil. And what do termites love? They love cellulose. So they will find that, they will consume that. But that's going to be covered up. They're going to frame it, they're going to put walls up, it's going to be covered up. So this is why when I talk to homeowners and they tell me that, you know, they don't have termites, it's never like that. There's always an avenue of opportunity for them to get into. So nice slab. The other thing, this thing will crack over time. It's just going to happen. They're going to lay tile on top of this. It's going to crack over time. They're going to allow accessibility into the walls. Termites are going to be able to get up in there, and so you're going to have a bigger issue over time as the slab settles and cracks. It's just part of it. I mean, it is Oklahoma. There's a lot of settlement crack when it comes to slabs. All right, so I hope that kind of gives some explanation and some answers on how termites actually find their way into a home. Again, just because your home is a brick home doesn't mean that there's not wood. Look, I mean, look at all the wood behind me. Look at all this wood behind me. This is all going inside this house. This is what they're going to frame the house with. Okay, so all that wood behind me, it's going into this house. And they will eventually have this whole thing framed. The crazy thing is they will frame this in a day or two. It doesn't take them long at all. They'll have it framed in a day or two. And then you go from there. So hopefully the company came out here and pre-treated it. And I actually saw them pre-treat. They do a terrible job, unfortunately. I'm not going to name who it is or anything like that, but when I watch them do their pre-treat application, they do a terrible job. Basically, imagine trying to fill in a piece of paper by using a ballpoint pen. When we do pre-treats, when we do a pre-treat on a slab, we have to come out here, and again, it's all about the right product application. Every single stub out that you see, every single plumbing void that you see behind me, all those areas are supposed to get 1 gallon of termiticide in that area by itself. So that area that we looked at over there where the shower was going, that was supposed to get 1 gallon of termiticide in that area alone. The rest of it is 1 gallon of termiticide every 10 square feet across this entire pad. Okay, you got to do the math here. If it's a 2,000 square foot home, it's 1 gallon for every 10 square feet. 2,000 divided by 10 is going to be 200. So it should be 200 gallons of termiticide that's applied throughout this entire slab as a horizontal barrier. Once they do that, then they come in, they're supposed to put a vapor barrier down. It's a plastic piece of vapor barrier that sits in there and protects moisture from coming up through the slab. I don't know if they did it or not on this. I doubt it. I don't think they did. They poured the slab at 6:30 in the morning, so it was really, really early. I don't think the guys did that. But, you know, it is what it is. It'll give me an opportunity here in about 3 years to hopefully help these people out, my neighbors, on a termite job later. Preventative, you know, tree lona installation or trench and treat installation or whatever we have to do. But unfortunately, you know, you got to do the pre-treat correctly. And like I was saying about a ballpoint pen and a piece of paper, they don't have the correct application device to disperse the product correctly. So it's just literally coming out of a hose. There's a lot of calculation, a lot of calibration to that. If you're not doing it correctly, the guy's basically out here with a hose and he's just going across the soil trying to put that liquid across the soil. And unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I use a baseball pattern style application tip, and it really throws that product in a broad spectrum. So I'm able to cover the ground, cover it equally. Again, 1 gallon every 10 square feet. Okay, so it's not just, hey, let's throw some stuff down and move on. But anyway, I digress from that. The whole point here is just to show you how construction is done. You know, I'm not a construction guy, but I work on a lot of homes and I see a lot of this stuff, and I've learned a couple things over time. But I wanted to show you how termites are going to find their way in, the hidden parts that we're not able to see once the home gets built. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them down below. I will respond to those, and I will also film this as they frame it, over the next coming days. I'll get some footage of it being framed. I will show you some additional access points to some things that termites are going to be going towards when it comes to wood. So I appreciate the attention, and we'll see you guys on the next video.